All right, y'all, just going to drag you into the next phase of this. This is a little quick tear down and have a look. See, this is the same 661 that had the dirt ingestion from the felt washer being missing. I'm going to point out a couple of things that I saw. See if I can't get in here. Look at all that crap in the throat of the carburetor. Intake side of the skirt looks pretty good. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of wear there. If you look on that deflector, you can see what's been in there. Let me see if I can't get you right on top of that. And you'll see where those little torque screws are. You know, it's just been eating all that sawdust. There's good film strength. The customer saw has he's been using good oil, good ratio. Everything's nice and shiny. See that shimmer on there? When I pulled the jug off, I mean, there was nice cling. Let's take a look at the jug. Cylinder's got some polishing from all that debris that's come in there. The plating's still fine. It doesn't show up on video as well. See there. But that's just pure polished Nickel. There's no wear that I can see other than that. And I'm gonna have to set you down. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this. I'm gonna try and get you close enough. And I want you to hear when I rotate the crank. If I can hear that, just rotate it by hand, this saw, when it idle and at run time, you're going to hear some roar from those bearings. So we're definitely going to be splitting the case and throwing some new bearings in there while we're at it. There's no sense in going full tilt boogie with worn bearings. You know, the bearings just hate any kind of debris that gets in there. There's such tight tolerances, and anything will start to wear on them. This is a first generation, earlier 661. We got data manufacturer right there. It's 1014. It still has its original ignition coil 4700, and it still has, you can see right there, let me get back up, that's the black solenoid. We're going to use a service kit for the 661, which will give it the latest ignition coil and one of the white, so-called gray fuel solenoids. Those have to jive together. Operating time for this unit, here, let me get, where we at? Alright, total run time 94 hours, 16 minutes, 2,500 starts, and the fuel settings seem to be in line. Nothing crazy there. But that's a shame. So it's got so little run time and just something like a simple felt washer, and we're gonna have to throw some bearings at it to do it right. I will point out one thing. I do have the MDG diagnostic machine, and one of the things that's different about the M-Tronic system versus the Husky Auto Tune is on an Auto Tune you can go to a 5, 6, 7-year-old saw, hook up the diagnostic tool to it, and you can flash the latest and greatest fuel curves and ignition settings for that saw. It won't. And then with Stihl, if you want the latest and greatest fuel settings and curves, then you need to replace and upgrade the coil. And depending upon how old your unit is, you'll have to, if you go from something that originally would have come with a white solenoid like this version 3, you're going to have to stick with the white/gray solenoid. Version 2, the black solenoids, which are no longer made, will jive, but you can't. Supposedly the gray fuel solenoid is universal. It'll work on the old stuff and the new stuff. I've had some issues on the old 201s where they did not work with the old coil, even though it's supposed to be universal. It's not. That's what I got. So we're going to do some performance work here after we get everything shored up, and then he'll have the latest and greatest as far as fuel settings, ignition curve, and performance. So this should be a hell of a build. He'll be really pleased with this when it's done. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's all I got.